Hey folks, Matt Rabbit here. Back in Dwarf Fortress. Actually, this is a different fortress than Scarlet Rocks. This is not going to be a let's play per se, but I had an idea in my mind as I was explaining sort of towards the end of some of the Scarlet Rock episodes. That was the previous series to this one. I will hopefully have a playlist here linked to that. That's season 2 of my Dwarf Fortress Let's Plays. Yeah, I said I wanted to come up with some new ideas, something to build, something unusual, something, I guess, in a way to challenge myself, but it's going to be a long-term project. I don't know if it'll work out, obviously, on everything in Dwarf Fortress. Everything's kind of contingent upon what randomly happens. I wanted to show you the world I settled here. I generated a new world. I still have Scarlet Rocks saved in case I want to continue with that Let's Play. Unfortunately, it does kind of stretch and scrunch the screen here a little bit when I do this, but this is pretty much fully zoomed out. Not much. I'm going to actually delete this hill. Is going to be completely destroyed, and we're going to have a completely flat land eventually. But along the edges, we're going to have a roadway because they don't let you build on the edges. Not much I can do about that. Wish I could change that, but I'm not going to hack the game. I don't feel comfortable with that right now. I think maybe in the future I will. But what I tend to do, it'll just be on the edge here, just like 3 squares in, all the way around, and we'll have it paved and all that. But this map will basically be at this level. There's a ramp going down here, as you see in the middle. I will get to some of this stuff later. I haven't fully done it yet. What's going to happen here, I'll try to explain. I'm going to make a big temple in the middle. There's going to be 3 towers, one huge one kind of towards the south. And what's going to be in this tower? It's going to have glass top to it, and it's going to go down to wherever I end up having my my meeting hall, so that people will not get cave adaptation. They'll get light, and then we'll have 2 other ones on the side, like I said, and the temple sort of be in the middle. The temple's going to be really huge, but the 2 on the side will also have glass ceilings to them, and they will have surface farms right underneath them, so we'll be able to actually plant some more variety underground. So the only entrance to the entire underground area will be the ramp. Of course, this will all be flat in the future. And I was definitely happy that we had sand here when we embarked. I'm going to collect a lot of sand, hopefully, for all this glass stuff. But also the temple is going to be kind of like what you may see on the Acropolis, kind of in Greece, kind of rectangular, a lot of pillars. As some sort of an altar in which we'll throw our victims down. It'll have a roof on it, and it'll sort of, be, I don't know how to explain it, but you'll see when I get to it. This is probably going to end up taking me it might take me several months to accomplish what I want to do. I don't know if I'll be able to accomplish what I want to do in this, but we'll see. I was hoping to make the whole thing out of obsidian and gold, like trim it with gold. Which I don't know if I have any gold here naturally. I do have some metals, but maybe not. Maybe not gold. I don't know. So I might have to import a lot of it. And I was running into a problem in Scarlet Rocks, and I hope that I don't run into the problem here, where because of either the sieges or because of the mountain home situation, or because we killed our queen, something happened, and the dwarfs just weren't coming to trade. So I couldn't ask really anyone for gold or to get lots of gold. So yeah, that was sort of a problem, unfortunately, with that one towards the end. As you see, we do have a river up here. That'll be our source of water. And everything's going to be pre-planned out, and I'm probably not going to show you like I did in Scarlet Rocks, where I showed everything early on and then I tapered off. You just won't see a whole lot. in this one, unfortunately. So I do apologize for that. Um, we're going to end up losing probably a lot of areas that have, you know, trees, but we may end up paving a lot of the outside world anyway. Um, and I intend on the very first level down here, and I'll zoom in so you guys can see. I'm sort of measuring things right now. I'm in the measuring phase. This is kind of a ramp system, goes around. I do have the traps in there, and then trade caravans will go along the outside and go down. That's more as another ramp. So that's how I go down in this one. It has deep soil, so hopefully we'll be able to, get continue to get sand. I might end up having to make something up above that's a sand collection area, but we'll see. So this whole first level, will be where the farms are, because those two towers that are going to be over here, probably where this dot is. I'm still measuring. I'm not sure. So they'll be pretty round, and that's where the surface crops will be, right underneath those. And I think the rest will be completely dug out, except for maybe some area where we have the water going down, obviously. And we're going to probably fill in everything, all the lakes and whatnot, with stone or flooring or something. So everything's going to be changed. There was a winter here, so this is not a hot environment, so we will have things freeze over. So the first level will be basically all the farms that we can think of, and whatever area on the outside, maybe we might not be able to need that many farms, but we're going to go big with this fort. Like I said in the Season 1 Fortress, which was the last one, Armor Torch, I think that was the name of it. I wanted to go big and grand, and this time around I'm going to go even bigger and grander than that one. Having a long-term plan, and that's sort of what I'm hoping to try and do. I don't understand the things like wind power, water wheels, pump stacks, things like that, so I'll have some issues, but we're not going to worry too much about defense and whatnot. As we proved with the last fortress with Scarlet Rocks, we could basically defend with a few traps strategically placed and leave it at that. I may not even have a military. If I do, it would just be a small one like last time. So farms in this level. Next level down, this will be completely cleared out also, and this will be a tree farm level, completely empty. It's clay, if I remember right. So this will be a tree farm. So it'll be cleared out except for whatever the area is for the well going down, and if there's anything else I decide to do. This is our main entrance, and I'm going to start zooming in now. I'm going to have to delete probably this stairway and some other stuff. I had laid out a fort and I didn't like it. So this is already becoming a much bigger project than I had hoped. Well, the layout has to come first. So let me go back up here. So okay, yeah, I go down with the ramp, go down again, go down again. They're mainly there because setting the traps on these three, then having the trade caravan wagons going around on the outside. So when things invade, they'll go in and hug the corner, because that's the easiest way to path, and they'll get buzzsawed with whatever. Obviously, we're going to do more weapon traps and serrated discs. Okay, here's the actual grand entrance. We'll have obviously a gate here and maybe one here, drawbridge. This will be the trade depot entrance. You see right now we don't really, this particular level has some dirt, some stone, so what's going to end up being is just like with the tree level, we're going to probably dig in and clear out everything on this level and have it for a huge mass storage area, particularly for finished goods and maybe furniture and a few other things. As you see here, I have 3 stairway systems that go directly up, but they don't go up down on these sides, and this goes down. So this is the only way in and out the stairway. But these go up to, will go up to the tree farms, the farm, and I think that's it, right? Yeah. So it'll just go for just those two. So I dug down several levels. I did not hit any kind of cave system, so I do have some metals here. And that's really where I'm at. I'm going to stop the recording here. I'm going to have to do the entire layout, and this could be, who knows how long this could be. I could end up doing this and then saying I don't like it and then starting over. I want to go over to a few things I'm going to do in this fortress. Like I said, eventually the temple on the surface is not a high priority. Just so you know, it's not going to come soon. So just so you know, that's not going to be built right away. I'm going to probably go down to the molten layers below and make kind of like an obsidian factory, like where I'm going to pump water in, make obsidian from it, and mine it out and all that. So that's obviously very experimental. It's not something I've done before. So we'll see how that works. I don't know if it will, if I'll be able to pull it off, but perhaps I will. Right. So like I said, 3 towers. There's going to be a 4th tower that's on the temple itself. That is basically going to be living quarters for whoever our boss is. And we may actually not have a baron. I may actually reject the barony. I don't really want to deal, as I did learn in the last fort. I don't want to deal with too many of the demands of the nobles and having people get arrested and thrown in the prisons. But yeah, so the big challenge is just doing glass blocks to do these towers, and I don't know how big I'll make the towers, and it's going to be quite a challenge doing scaffolding for all this stuff too. I have an idea of how I'm going to do some of this stuff, but I've not seen other people's buildings and how they do it, so it's going to be kind of an interesting thing. I was at first thinking of making estate houses below for dwarfs. Each dwarf would have their own, like almost like a home. They'd be 2 levels, and they'd have their workshop right in the house and their own bedrooms, full dining areas and everything for each home, for each dwarf. So I'm debating that. I'm not sure yet if I'll do that. The one tower that's going to be sort of, well, this is where it was originally going to be. It's going to not be square. I'm deciding it's going to try and do it kind of hexagonal. So the one to the south that's going to go down, it's going to have to go down several more levels to our dining hall, which is actually going to be, if you remember, our last dining hall was huge. This one's going to be a zillion times bigger. I mean, it's going to be huge. It might actually be almost spanning half the map or more, just for that. And I want to actually make it 2, maybe 3 Z levels high, which is sort of what I was doing with Armor Torch, if you remember, with pillars and all that. So I unfortunately cannot do waterfalls like people want, and just because I don't understand the water pump system. If I ever get to seeing like a really good tutorial on it that really breaks everything down for that kind of stuff, I will attempt to put it in, but I may not leave room to be able to do that. So yeah, that's just the way it is. Yeah, so the huge dining hall, and then one section of the dining hall will be directly below this, or I'll have some sort of a larger meeting area for maybe a statue garden directly below the light. I don't know. There'll be some way to hopefully get them to go there once in a while, but we'll see. That'll help them not get cave adaptation. Not that it matters much to me anyway, but I'm just messing around. So each of these houses would obviously have 2 levels. I don't know if they'd be houses or just something carved from the stone like normal. where maybe it'd be 7 by 7, and then another area 7 by 7 below it as the workshop, and some maybe like sort of a storage area for some goods or whatever. That's a possibility. I'm still debating how I'm going to do that. Each dwarf is going to have their own individual grave that's going to probably be at least 5 by 5 room with statues and a coffin and possibly a memorial slab after. That'd be something I maybe don't keep up on, but it'll be something I do. And that'll be much further below this. It won't be in an area close to the actual fortress, which will be, closer to the surface, this area. The prisons will actually, I will devote more time to the prisons in this one. In the last one, they put like a statue, and a lot of them I forgot to put the special stockpiles in. One for drinks and one for food. This time around, I will take the time to do it, and I'll try and make the rooms look nice. Like I'm going to actually smooth and etch the walls and try and put something interesting in the room. I don't know. I was looking at a bunch of articles on the wiki. I'm going to leave them in the description, links to them, about just things you can do, like mega projects, mega constructions, just interesting things. That's sort of what I was looking at when I was trying to get ideas for what to do with this. I'm open to more ideas, but if it works with this one, I'm not going to go too crazy. Maybe not. This is pretty crazy and big for me, but so we'll see how long it takes to do all this. There'd be a huge fishing area and water reservoir below. Probably large enough that I'll never have to refill it, really. But we'll see. I'm going to have several such water reservoirs below. So I just sort of want to have them established. Same thing with the hospital. It's going to be very large, very elaborate. And I'm going to try and make more of an effort to have stockpiles for individual things within it, like for buckets, for soap, because we ran into the problem last time where we had the soap stockpile right in the middle. This didn't look right, and I just want to make it look better. We're also hopefully going to have a huge treasury, probably down where we have a nobles level, and in that treasury will be all the artifacts, hopefully. See about working with stockpiles to get that done. And as I said before, the temple. And there'll be obviously the King's Tower, which is the 4th tower. Doesn't have a glass top, but it'll live in the tower, and you'll be able to throw, victims from the top of the tower down onto the altar below in the temple, and they'll get killed. So that's sort of the whole point of it. They have a little bit of fun with that. So yeah, I'm going to end the episode, guys. This really wasn't... this is going to be an introduction to the next Dwarf Fortress series, which actually is not a Let's Play, just kind of a show you as I progress kind of thing. Alright, well, I'll catch you next time.